Have you ever felt totally lost trying to decide if you should jump into trading for quick gains or start investing for the long run? Maybe you worry about making the wrong move, wasting time, o you ficando frustrado com escalas que neo funcionam pra você. If you're just starting out and want a simple way to avoid those classic rookie mistakes, you're definitely in the right place. I'm going to show you, without the boring jargon or false promises, how you can finally gain clarity and real confidence to choose your first financial path. Are you ready to discover the safest route for your money, cut through all that uncertainty, and set yourself up for real results? Then stick around until the end, because what you learn here could change your financial life from today on. The alarm rings at 4:30 in the morning. Your eyes burn before you even open them. While most people are still asleep, you're already glued to the screens, analyzing intricate charts, the latest economic news, and technical indicators that promise to anticipate market movements. The coffee's gone cold hours ago, but you barely notice. Adrenaline is already running high. The market will open in 15 minutes, and today needs to be different. Today has to be the day that changes everything. But deep down, you've lived this scene countless times before. How many sleepless nights? How many weekends were ruined by anxiety over the market opening on Monday? What is the real cost of this relentless pursuit of quick and easy profits? This scenario is more common than you might think. The financial market, with its volatility and complexity, exerts a hypnotic power over active traders chasing immediate gains. But the reality is far from the glamorous image often imagined. The constant pressure, the fear of missing out, and the repetitive cycle of gains and losses create immense emotional and physical strain. The quest for quick profit causes many to sacrifice their health, personal relationships, and even mental sanity. Within this context, an urgent question arises: is such sacrifice really worth these uncertain results? What do the statistics and evidence say about the effectiveness of day trading and its viability as a sustainable source of income? This is the question we'll focus on, analyzing real data, true stories, and solutions that can transform your investment approach. The numbers don't lie and demand your attention. A comprehensive study by FINRA Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, which tracked over 450,000 day trading accounts between 2016 and 2021, revealed alarming data. Only 13.5% of traders managed consistent profits after the first year. 3 years later, about 97% of traders had significant losses. These results are no coincidence. They reflect the harsh reality of competing against forces with enormous technological and informational advantages. We're talking about high-frequency algorithms that process millions of transactions in fractions of a second, hedge funds with access to privileged information, and market structures designed to maximize profits for major players, while the small investor struggles just to stay in the game. The disparity is staggering and often underestimated by those starting out in this activity. However, the real cost goes far beyond financial losses. Recent research published in the Journal of Financial Therapy shows that active traders display cortisol levels, the stress hormone, about 68% higher than conventional investors. This chronic cortisol increase is directly associated with serious cardiovascular health problems, compromised immunity, and reduced expectations for a healthy lifespan. In other words, the psychological and physical price of this lifestyle is extremely high and often invisible, until it's too late. Now let me introduce you to Miguel's story, a former Chicago trader who documented his journey publicly and became an example of investment transformation. For 5 years, Miguel dedicated about 12 hours every day to his Bloomberg terminal, absorbed in the frantic analysis of charts, news, and market signals. During that period, His best trading month earned him $58,000 in profits. Impressive, right? However, when we average the yearly results, discounting the bad months and all those hours invested, Miguel's net annual profit was just over $39,000. That's about $3,250 a month. For someone with such refined financial and analytical skills, this was far less than he could earn in other less exhausting fields. It was only when Miguel calculated his hourly wage considering every hour spent, including nights, weekends, and holidays dedicated to the market, that he realized he was making about $15 per hour. This realization was a shock that made him rethink his life and career. That was when Miguel discovered the so-called dividend aristocrats, solid companies like Coca-Cola and 3M that have raised their dividends annually for 25 years or more, providing a stable and growing source of passive income. Miguel's transition from active trader to dividend-focused investor didn't happen overnight, but was methodical and planned. Initially, he allocated 30% of his capital to shares of these dividend-paying companies, keeping the remaining 70% for trading. As regular dividend payments arrived, even when the market dropped, Miguel gradually increased the share invested in dividends. 2 years after beginning this transition, Miguel's dividend portfolio was generating about $2,800 per month, while his trading, even with constant attention and high dedication, was averaging only $3,100 per month. The gap became so small that the exhausting effort was no longer justified. It was then that Miguel made a decisive choice: to liquidate all trading positions and focus exclusively on building and strengthening passive income through dividends. This decision changed his life not just financially, but in terms of mental health, balance, and quality of life as well. Miguel's dividend investment strategy relied on 3 proven pillars. First, sector diversification. He chose companies from at least 8 different sectors, including healthcare, finance, consumer goods, utilities, telecommunications, and technology. This protected his portfolio against volatility and risks specific to any single sector. Second, proven quality. Miguel selected only companies with a minimum A rating from the main agencies, and a solid history of consistently increasing dividends for several decades. This criterion provided increased security and predictability to his returns. Third, systematic dividend reinvestment. Every cent received was automatically used to buy more shares, maximizing long-term portfolio growth and future income. This combination let his portfolio benefit from compound interest, accelerating his gains over time. The results spoke for themselves. 5 years after the complete transition, Miguel's dividend portfolio was generating around $8,500 per month, far exceeding what he used to make as an active trader. His net worth grew 224% in that period, without any additional contributions, all driven by automatic reinvestment and the organic growth of dividends. Even more importantly, Miguel regained his health, his free time, and most of all, his peace of mind. In his blog, Miguel now confidently claims, "True wealth isn't just about having money, but having choices." He is now an advocate for the sustainable and calm strategy for building long-term wealth, far from the stressful and frantic adrenaline rush of day trading. The science behind this strategy is solid and well documented. A classic study by Eugene Fama and Kenneth French, 2 renowned economists, showed that over periods of 20-plus years, about 96% of total market returns come from reinvested dividends, not from stock price appreciation alone. Researchers at MIT have also shown that portfolios focused on consistent dividend growth outperform the market by an average of 2.1% annually, especially during inflationary periods like the present. These findings reinforce that investing in dividend-paying and dividend-growing stocks is a proven strategy to preserve and increase investors' purchasing power in challenging economic environments. Implementing this strategy is more accessible than many imagine. Modern brokerages allow you to begin with small amounts. Some start with less than $500. When invested intelligently and with consistency, that value gradually grows over time. The secret lies in discipline and consistency. Data from the U.S. Federal Reserve show that small investors who applied dividend reinvestment strategies from 2010 to 2020 achieved an average annual return of 15.3%, while those who tried to time the market and trade actively averaged just 6.7%. The psychological barriers to adopting this strategy are real and often hard to overcome. It requires deep mental reprogramming, abandoning the fantasy of getting rich quickly and the desire for constant adrenaline, in exchange for the patience and slow but steady building of wealth. But the benefits are transformative. A major Vanguard study involving more than 15,000 investors found that those focused on passive income reported life satisfaction levels 42% higher than active traders, and also faced fewer health problems related to stress. You are now facing a choice that could redefine your financial future and your quality of life. Will you continue with the uncertain and often frustrating stress of active trading, where even the gains rarely justify the time, health, and effort invested? Or will you embrace the proven path of passive investing, where your money works for you, not the other way around? The math is clear. There are plenty of real-life examples, and the benefits go far beyond money. If this message resonated with you, reflect on which path best serves your real goals. Share this video with someone who needs this message, and make sure to hit like and subscribe for more content that puts financial power back in your hands. Don't forget to leave your thoughts or questions in the comments. I want to hear your story as well. Remember, true freedom isn't about beating the market every day, but about building a system where the market works for you automatically, while you live the life you deserve.